What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another edition of Maho Radio, the one and only anime radio show in a whole damn second. I'm your host, DN, formerly known as Director Nasty, here to lead you down the path of the sauciest things known to man, aka anime. And then we talk about other stuff too, but that's not the point. Today's preview, we got Sakamoto Days. We're talking solo leveling. We're bringing up how Korra is now canonically the worst avatar to ever exist. Oh, that one got the community going crazy. We're talking orb in the movement of your heart, because I tell you what, it's a moving ass show. If you're listening on Spotify or YouTube, make sure you go ahead and drop a comment down below. What's your favorite running anime right now in this current winter 2025 season? And tell me, of course, make sure you stay tuned for Waifu Goddess Izakai. We got an invincible special today with powered up shotties. But let me tell you what, we're going to stop, back it up, and we're going to jump right on the tip. Korra is what? Foxy. Korra is canonically the worst avatar to ever exist. Not my words. I'm just repeating what the internet said. All right, we're gonna talk about it later. Don't worry about it. We're gonna talk about it later. Cause like I got some things to say, and I know that when I start talking, people are gonna be pissed off. Pissed off. But I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's what I think. I'm just saying what the streets are saying. That's it. What the street said is what I said, but that's it. Look, hey, no, we're gonna talk about it. Okay. Oh, Foxy's upset. Ooh, see? It's already tantalizing. I'm so excited to talk about this. First tip we're jumping on. We're jumping on the Apothecary Diaries tip. Look. Well, the streets can fight me dead. The streets might fight you. Honestly, streets are pretty mean right now, so you better watch it. You were been working on your left and your right. Apothecary Diaries. First hit we're jumping on. I just want to talk about in this last episode, right? This last episode was interesting because what we saw was a well crafted and thought out foreign infiltration to ensure survival of one's DNA across centuries. What they did, I love. They're saying about like you already know me. If you're gonna do villainry, if you're gonna execute a plan or a plot, I want you to do it to the best of your abilities. This is one of those ones where it's like this is how you win the long game. The short game, there's long game. This is the long game. So in Apothecary Diaries, we clearly have the discrepancy between there is the Emperor and then his son slash brother slash whatever they're faking that he is, and we're trying to figure out who is a direct descendant of the Moon Goddess, the aka their first Empress, and they're trying to figure out who the hell it is. So there's a whole test to go through to tell if you're of her blood, but really it's just a colorblind test, which is insane and creative. And they use it as a way to make sure that their people or anybody who has her blood can never be discriminated against. It is a genius ass line. It's a genius ass thing to do, honestly, to ensure your bloodline, even though it was taken over, even though it was possibly lost to the annals of history, they live on in the blood of the people. It's fucking thugging, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I also thought Mau figuring out the doors. Me and my dumb self, I knew it had something to do with colorblind, but I was like, yeah, because you're colorblind, just pick the door that the thing tells you to pick. But it asks it in a specific way where even if you just try to do the opposite of what the sign says, you'll never figure it out. There's legitimately, you got to be smart and have the disability that they're talking about. Or you could just be super smart like Mau is, but whatever. So I thought that was also dope. Shout out to Apothecary. Always a good time over there. The next tip we're gonna jump on Sakamoto Days. Look, Sakamoto Days. Last week I put out my apology video because I keep questioning in Sakamoto Days how are they gonna keep the hype going. What are they gonna do next? I feel like they're blowing their load early. They're leaking all the good sauce too soon, getting premature up front about what they're really about. And I wasn't sure how long they could sustain. But episode after episode, week after week, I am continually surprised by what they have cooking. And especially this last episode, we finally get the reveal that, the scientists aren't that bad, bro. And Shin got his powers, honestly, from, I guess this absolutely right. The streets will say I've read the manga, or the streets will say I pre-watched the episodes. Streets will say all kinds of shit. But here's the kicker. I said this from like from like 2-3 weeks ago. I was like, I bet you money this man Shin probably just drank some shit he wasn't supposed to drink, and then bam, got motherfucking powers. Fast forward to last week's episode. How to get the motherfucking powers? Go ahead, glaze me. Glaze me right now. Tell me I'm not the greatest to ever do it. And that's just pure foreshadowing and knowledge of the author's direction and what they want you to believe. But it was a good ass episode. Um, I thought the fight with the doctor was fucking insane, but crazy. Like man's really even got Sakamoto with the needle. But we see Sakamoto be taking hits, but he be tanking hits. But the way they got around the whole situation was dope. You know, again, Shin showing that outside of his mind reading powers, he is very capable. Because to be dodging Sakamoto like that for your life, he's like, bro, I barely did it, but you did it. I definitely would have got clapped at least 3-4 times, and then I wouldn't be able to read his mind correctly. It would have been all foggy, and I would have been getting pieced up with him. So it would not have gone well for me. But shout out to the man Shin. Shout out to him and Sakamoto working together. I also want to give a shout out to Shokunokotan, the evil assassin leader. Yo, he really cares about his people, bro. But I love the order shoddy, bro. Oshitani, whoa, what a woman, bro. Yo, the Gothic Lolita drip fire. The little wedding veil she wears is so cute. And then in her purse, you know, I say, babe, hey, yo, babe, hold my satchel. I'm like, hey, babe, hold my crossbody, cause you know my thing got my piece and it got my thing in it. That thing like ding, 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 ding. But hers, she told me to hold the Chanel bag. I'm like, yo, babe, what you got in this Chanel bag? And it's a fucking song, nigga. Oh my god. I ain't gonna lie, her weapon is dope. Watching her wax that dude was dope. But Shokunoka Town caring about his people, highly unexpected. But we see the power leveling right now is very, very interesting. He went at the order dude. The order dude took a little hit, but it didn't really phase him. They got up out of there. We also see the two dudes with the witch Chikanoko ran up on the order people. They ran up on them fast. But I feel like it's one of those moments where it's like, y'all not actually, your power level is so low. You look like you ran up on us, but we let you run up on us because we know y'all wasn't gonna do shit. And sure enough, they ain't do shit. They ain't do shit. Oshitani, top off, convertible, got them the hell up out of there. But yeah, Sakamoto days, fuego, fire, loved it. They keep doing it and doing it well. I am going to stop questioning what they got in the bag next, what they're doing next. They just got it, bro. You got it, fam. That's all y'all. Shout out to them for real though. You're doing a good ass job over there, for real. Next, actually, I'm skipping solo. We're going to Invincible right now. Right? We're going to Invincible right now. The next time we're jumping on, yeah. So the season so far has been excellent with the constant drama between Cecil and Mark learning how to navigate each other, but still trying to brace for the oncoming threat in the background. The threat that we now know, spoiler alert if you haven't watched, there's only 50 purebreds left. So like they're in a situation where like it's like one of those things like you're preparing for like the worst, but like actually I'm not gonna lie, even 5 Vigil is a problem. But I don't know if they could field a team of 5, especially not against Earth, because you know we got people with powers down there too. So it's an interesting dynamic that they've been doing with the season so far. I feel like the direction has been amazing. The thing I love about Invincible and what pisses me off about the community is this. Everybody's talking about that the animation from Invincible has gone down. It's like the animation from Invincible is always cool. But I came to from my understanding, Invincible was fire. One, because the storytelling was dynamic and fan fucking tastic. And number two, it just was a gory, dark story. I don't remember signing up for like awesome animation. Don't get twisted. The animation is still good, better than most shows. But like the complaint that I hear about the animation, it's giving real unfucking grateful, bro. Really ungrateful. Really like, well, we had it better in okay, that's cool and all. Do you want your show to get finished? Do you want to get all the episodes or do you want to blow the budget early and then never get it again? Because like, what are we talking about here? I think the animation has been fine. Has it been a drop from previous seasons? Yeah, sure. But is it enough to complain about? Absolutely not. The dynamic storytelling is still there. I love what they've done in multiple episodes with Oliver and Mark. Their dynamic and Oliver going through the cringe phrase of "I want to help, I want to be your sidekick, I want to help," and Mark having like, "Yo, chill out, yo, relax, yo, chill out." And then of course the worst thing happens. And it's like, yo, what the fuck do we do now? Like, now what do we do? Like, I know it. You know it if you watched it. He murdered both them niggas, bro. Absolutely murdered them. Did not hold back even in the slightest. Like, he tried to, but then he took them out. And the first body was like a, oh shit. The second body was a, I can't have no witnesses. And we all know it. Everybody knows. So it's okay. But what they're doing with Mark and Oliver moving forward, and Mark having to learn about the gray area because him and Cecil are beefing because Mark is doing his chaotic good superhero shit, and Cecil's really trying to be like, yo, you need to understand, you need to listen. This is how we're gonna get around it. Their beef is honestly like the juiciest shit. Because the problem with it is on one hand, Mark is absolutely right. You shouldn't be doing this stuff. You know, it's shady as fuck. These people committed crimes and atrocities, and you're not treating them as such. You're kind of giving them a little bit of, I don't know, I dare to say, not congratulations, but you're giving them way too much. You're giving them more leash than they deserve. That's the best way I come up with it. They should be like on lockdown, but like you're kind of like giving them stuff to keep doing what they were doing in the first place. But at the same time, it's in the name of defense against a coming Viltrumite threat. So you have to understand we're doing what we have to do. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I know enough to know that everybody has some valid points. The side of the coin that I fall on tends to only be with Cecil because I'm thinking of global security. If I'm me as myself as a human with no powers, I'm on Team Cecil. If I have powers and I could defend myself and those that I care about, I might have more of a morality compass like Mark does to be like, no, we can do this ourselves. We don't have to stoop to their level to keep up or to fight back. But I don't have that. I don't have that. I'm a regular ass human. So yeah, I'm on Team Cecil. Do what it takes, Cecil. Protect this damn Earth. The people of Earth appreciate you. Some other filthy aliens might not say it, but the people of Earth, we got your back, Cecil. 110%, bro. Um, I do like yeah. Oliver, yeah. Ooh, Debbie, yo, shout out Debbie. Shout out Debbie. I just want to give a shout out to Debbie. I do want to say that the relationship between Mark and Eve is very, very interesting. I'm not gonna hold you. I keep waiting for it to be like immature, but they're very mature for like they're 19 and the shit that they're going through. I know you grow up fast when you have a lot of responsibility, but even this, I'm impressed. I'm like, damn, Mark. I'm like, yo, you really holding it down, my boy. Like you actually are holding it down. He's being vocal. He's saying how he feels. He's not hiding things. Well, from his mama, within reason, of course. But nobody would have fought him from hiding anything from mama. But yeah, it's been a good ass season. I definitely like the stances that they're forcing us to take. Even and of course the gore is as bad as it's ever been. In this last episode, we saw Multi Paul, how he broke out of that prison cell was absolutely insane. I knew he was gonna do it. I was like, if I were you, how would I get out of this? And I was like, oh yeah, I would just try to fill the room, fluid dynamics, fill the room until the walls burst and it can't hold it anymore. But like that means multiplying until you fill the room and then the walls break. And he's like, yep, I heard you. Start doing it. I was like, this is insane. It was way more disgusting than I ever would have guessed. Cause like he didn't multiply, like I was thinking like do it all at once so you like blow the walls off, but he like slow multiplied. So like they were slowly but surely being crushed and suffocating. Like it was disgusting. He did it slow. I don't know if he always has to do it that slow, but I'm like domain expansion, multi-paul bullshit, and just blew the walls off. But no, that was fucking. It was graphic. It was absolutely graphic. Graphic is all hell, bro. But yeah, whoo, Invincible's cooking, man. Cooking on every level. And then let's not forget, Best Daddy Omni Man is on the right side, looking to be on the right side of history right now. We'll see what happens between him and Alan the Alien. Wow, what a fucking name, bro. What a name. But yeah, Invincible has been absolutely cooking too. Loving that. Let's see what the chat has to say. We have any calls coming in. Invincible is cooking. Agreed. I thought Korra's story was better, but the OG has better characters. That stuff what the streets can find me. The great Korra story was better, but I had hated the side plots and the drama. Fair, fair, fair. Nothing from Nothing from the peanut gallery. All right. So we're gonna end just a tip there. We're gonna move on to the next segment. Next segment we got is the quest board. All right. On the quest board for today, we got one thing and one thing only, and I am ready to fight everybody on this. Everybody is about. Wait, look. I ain't gonna sit here and act like. I ain't gonna sit here and act like Korra is my favorite avatar. What I will say is this. No, let's start from the beginning. All right, let's start from the quest board because I'm gonna cut this up later. Y'all gonna have to pretend like you didn't see that. So on Twitter this week, it was announced that there's Avatar Seven Havens is being released and coming out. A world shattered by a devastating cataclysm, a young Earthbender discovers she's the new Avatar after Korra, but in this dangerous era, that title marks her as humanity's destroyer, not its savior. Oh, but it's after Korra, but in this danger era, that title marks her as humanity's destroyer, not its savior. Haunted by both human and spirit enemies, she and her long lost twin must uncover their mysterious origins, save the seven heavens before the civilization's last stronghold collapsed. I read that terribly, by the way. Read it quite terribly, I must say. But I didn't understand what they're saying. She's a new avatar, and because in this that title of being a new avatar marks her as humanity's destroyer, not savior. So again, everybody took the opportunity to read this tweet and decide that this officially means that canonically Korra is the worst avatar to ever exist. Here we have someone who says Korra defenders realizing they'll have to endure another decade of slander. It was a known thing that the Avatar Last Airbender community does not mess with Korra. Now, I have a unique perspective because of this. I grew up, I didn't have cable. I didn't have cable until I was a man, literally a man in college. And when I saw Avatar, I just saw random episodes that I was popping on Nick or Nick at Night whenever I was between the sheets or between the sheets, XLs or bed. Take your pick, right? So I my real introduction into Avatar was watching. I'll just say this. I watch all of Korra, and I haven't to this day. I have not seen all of the regular Avatar to this day, but I've seen all of Korra, and I will say this: Korra's not the worst Avatar. She is now, but the hate she gets is unwarranted, right? I feel like it's overblown and it's a little bit of a cool thing to do because although she is the reason humanity got destroyed, her character and the story that they built around Korra was actually very dark, dynamic, and had a lot of dope elements to it. I'm just talking about the show. We're not gonna talk about the character Korra. Korra herself, I'm with y'all niggas. Korra is the worst avatar to ever exist. I don't fuck with her as the avatar. But as the show itself, how the story that it told and how is it constructed and how they went about it, I thought it was a good story. I thought it was a good show. It gets a lot of warranted hate because Korra and the things she did were so fucking bad and heinous. Like honestly, Korra should be marked for some war crimes because my one of my favorite tweets I saw said everybody screamed at Korra not to trust this guy. She trusted him anyways, got fucking played, and then destroyed the world. And it's like I could only defend you to a certain point, girl. Like, and I understand. And the thing that, and the one good point I saw about the Core Defense Academy, the one good thing that I saw was like, y'all don't understand. Although Aang was going up against like, the Fire Lords and shit like that, and he was just a kid, right? Korra was going against like I don't know how to say heinous individuals because the Fire Lords were heinous, but like she was just dealing with some crazy ass niggas. That's the best way I could put it. Like I think the way that Korra's story was told was just a way darker version than Aang because Aang had a lot of slice of life moments. I've seen some of those episodes. It had a light feel. It had friends and happy go lucky. But Korra's was horrible, bro. These niggas tortured her. They like ripped mercury out of her body. It was crazy shit. But the story was dope. The side characters fun. The brothers. Damn, I can't remember the name. The brothers. Wow, I can't remember the name to save my life right now. Kasame, I remember Kasame's name, rich old sexy ass. Excuse me. But the Korra show itself was good. Korra, the character, was bad. So Korra being canonically the worst avatar to ever exist actually doesn't bother me. Because for the most part, I actually kind of agree. She was thugging though. Korra was thugging, but Korra was not smart. And she did not like listening to people. She was a perfectly flawed individual. And she had a lot of struggles because of like her coming of age and the time and how she even got her stuff. Like Aang had to work for his bending, right? So he had a little bit more appreciation. Korra just had like three of them all fucking ripped since she was a kid. So she had an egotistical, big ass fucking head, and she kind of thought she knew better than most people. Cause I can imagine Korra was basically a Nepto baby, bro. I hate to say it. Korra was basically a Nepto baby. She just grew up having it all. So like when she finally had to face adversity, she didn't know what to do. She had to go through a lot of faults and experiments and mishaps that most people who aren't in such a good position as her have to go through, had to endure. So she was wholly unprepared for the things that happened to her. Whereas Aang was all he knew was war, bro. He was a war baby. So for him, it was more like, yeah, I had to get it out the gutter. I had to go to these different places, learn how to do this bending. So once I got it, I was a complete character, full. Korra was never quite a complete character. Even to she was so incomplete to the point that she lost her bending. She had to become one with herself to get the avatar state back. But now she lost everything previously. It's fucking wild when you think about it. Avatar or Korra the Avatar, terrible. Korra the show, good as hell. Anybody who says otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. It was a good ass show. It just was. But I don't know. I don't know. That's why I think my outlook on it is so different because I can, you know how to say separate the art from the artist? That's what I'm doing. The art of the show Korra was dope. I love the follow-up. I love we got to see everybody older or old Toph. We got to see all our fucking favorite characters one more time. Well, at least who was alive. Tengen was fucking hilarious. The kids were fucking hilarious. There was a lot of good parts of Korra, and I feel like people want to ignore the good parts of Korra because Korra herself was a trash character. But she did what she was supposed to do. She was supposed to be this flawed. She was supposed to fuck up. That's how the story was written. That's why it's like, y'all mad, but like, that story was fire, bro. That shit was hot. Y'all know that shit was hot too. That's what kind of pissed me off about it. Y'all know Korra the show was hot. The Korra the Avatar is terrible. I rest my case. I feel like I'm yapping in circles now about it. Let's see what the chat has to say about it. Ooh, chat's going crazy. Look, I agree that she did have some rough moments because she broke the mold of what was expected of her and she may have had some wrong choices, but she owned them, did her best to fix them. She did. She was more worried about relationships getting stronger. Korra wasn't even thugging. Korra was thugging. You can't say that. Korra was absolutely thugging, bro. Are you kidding me? Korra had Black Air Force energy. Anybody could get it anywhere at any time. She was literally ready to throw hands. She literally became a pro bender. Don't say she wasn't thugging. All right, let's not be disingenuous. She was thugging. He had to live in the shadow of an avatar that literally saved the world, and she struggled socially for that. You know what? I like that. I like that. I think that was well said. She came into she took over in a time of peace in the shadow of one of the greatest avatars to ever live. So in her transition, nah, actually, you just gave me a point against her. As like, yeah, you took over in a time of peace after one of the greatest avatars of all time. All you had to do was maintain that peace by not giving in to the temptation or falling for the genjutsu that this motherfucker was putting in front of you. But she fell for it. So I don't know. I don't know. Socially struggling, I can understand. She socially struggled. I don't know if that's enough of a pass in my opinion. I just don't know. When you see what Roku, Yokoshi, and Aang were doing, she just scratched the potential. Okay. Kyoshi here dividing continents and she's throwing big boulders, dead. Roku is fighting a volcano and she's using flamethrowers and using the Avatar elemental bubble and she's spirit bending. When did she thug? She thugged plenty of times. Spirit bending is actually one of the oh my god, you're gonna piss me off. Spirit bending is actually one of the strongest forms of bending, as we can fucking see. You can literally do all kinds of crazy shit with the spirit bending. Stop. Let's not look. We can say we don't like Korra, but we don't have to be disingenuous to the shit that she was doing, saying that shit wasn't crazy, fucking insane, dope. She was doing some thugging shit. Come on, man, stop. How there is between thugging and being a hothead? Come on. All right. You a hater. She was set up to fail, but that's what made her story so good. I don't know if I can agree with that. I can't say with confidence that she was set up to fail. I think there's a lot of moments where her arrogance and unwillingness to play in the gray caused her to make incorrect decisions that led to the ultimate demise of everything that we saw. I feel like there was moments where like, but I also understand she was, again, she's playing the chaos. She's very much like Mark from Invincible. She's playing that chaotic good character where it's like, I will do good at all costs, even if that means losing something. And it's like, yeah. You're doing good, but the good that you're causing is causing ripples that you don't intend to cause. So you might think you're doing the right thing, but in you're doing the right thing, you're fucking up a whole lot of other shit. But that was habitually Korra. Every time Korra fixed one problem, she would cause two more problems somehow. But I understand that was exactly what her character was built to do. So I kind of see where you're coming from when you say she's set up to fail. But I feel like she didn't have to fail a couple times. She was written to fail. You think so too? Duggan is walking up to the world leaders who cause problems and bitching them down. She didn't do that once. It's okay, Shadow. Everyone knows she wasn't better than Aang. She was not better than Aang, but man, the only time I won't fault her was when the Red Lotus goons were after her. Everything else was on her. Red Lotus goons, yeah, Red Lotus goons was probably a problem. I don't know if there's better than Aang. Nah, I'm pretty sure Aang was the avatar that brought peace, bro. Everybody knows Aang's number one. And I know, but well, before we lost all the avatar states, I know whenever the avatars got together to talk about what they did or like chill, everybody's like, "Oh God, here fucking comes Aang. He's gonna tell you how he saved the world once again." And Aang's like, "Hey, world saver here. What's good, y'all? Hey, what'd you do? Nothing. Oh, you was even an avatar, nigga? I didn't even know they let you in here." And just walk around like he's a big dick on campus. I just smell. I believe it though. I believe it. Now there is no Avatar state. They're like, thank God. Once Avatar state went away, like, thank God we don't have to listen to this nigga Aang no more. And then they faded into dust. Now it's just Korra like, so I fucked up. And I'm gonna have to explain this to every single person who becomes a new Avatar, how I fucked up and how they cannot fuck up. Got it. Remember, she was spoiled. That's even what caused all this. That's what I said. So go back to what I said in the beginning. She's kind of a Nepto baby. By the time she was what, like 3 or 4 years old, they said she could bend three of the four elements easily. Cause they literally episode one of Korra, they bust into her crib and she's like, "I'm the Avatar," bap bap bap, and just fucking starts going off. So like, yeah, she was a little bit of a Nepto baby. I don't want to say it was handed to her, but like she very much she didn't have it that bad, bro. That's why like Foxy said socially she struggled because she came after Aang and Aang was the best. I'm like, yeah, she did struggle socially because certain situations they also held her back. They didn't let her go out and help the world. Aang, once he came back, was an active participant in the world. They held her back, and then when she entered the world, she just did nothing but make mistakes. So it's kind of actually not her fault the more I think about it. They should have let her get more of that real life experience, but I can't say that. Fuck the Avatar say, let them rest in peace, dead. She wasn't spiritual at all, which was a big flaw, also true. Aang definitely believed, Aang definitely did all of his he always did his meditations. He was always in nature doing shit. She was very much just like hidden away, bro. Uh, on a side note, it's going to be really fun to see how new Avatar will mend the mess of the choices of Korra. Yes, that is what I'm excited about. I don't falter for that, but it messed up a lot. It really did. It really did. So, if you say Korra was written to fail, I actually can just agree with that. I will say though, the ways that they made her fail, oh my god, painful. Absolutely painful. Like hard. It was really hard to watch at times. I'd be lying to you if I didn't say there was times I was watching Korra and I saw her doing some shit and I had to pause it and I was like, I know this bitch just didn't get Unalak out. I know she's not listening to this nigga right now while he's talking about, oh yeah, let's mend the spirit world. Bitch, I know you're not about to go to the spirit world with this nigga. Are you stupid or are you dumb? Oh my god, they captured her and they got her chained up. I would try to tell her stupid ass, oh, now you're beefing with that nigga that's the bloodbender or the bloodbender. Oh my god. Why? Why do you have to go bust him? Bro, so many fucking times. There's so many times I was like, bitch, what are you doing? I would literally pause it and just walk around. I'm like, I can't do this. Like, do you know how many times that YBRs will be watching something and it starts getting crazy? I'm like, I want to ask for a pause because I can't watch this. But because we're reacting, the just camera got to roll. I think YBR says the same thing sometimes. He's like, if I was watching this on my own, I'd have stopped watching right here, got up, left, and went and did something because I can't fucking handle it. Bro, Korra made me do that so many fucking times. It's unreal. Cringe. Her lowest moment was losing to the earthbending girl, Kuvira. Oh my god. The ass whooping that Kuvira, the humbling that Kuvira gave her ass, bruh. Nah, I'm telling you, oh, fuck Korra, bro. I say all that to say, same thing Foxy said. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do moving forward with this avatar that has to mend the fences and of the choices of Korra. How when she taps into the avatar state, what pool of power is she pulling from? It's just gonna be her and Korra's like, hey, and that's gonna be funny and interesting in its own right. Yeah. I'm just excited. But long story short, The Legend of Korra, the show was amazing. Legend of Korra, the character, terrible avatar, canonically the worst as of right now. And I am very easily will agree with that shit. She's the worst. Korra's the fucking worst. Holla if you hear me. But with that being said, comment down below. Did you like The Legend of Korra, the show? Do you like Korra the Avatar? Are you a Korra defender or are you a Korra lover? I need to know. Y'all gonna let me know ASAP if I'm tripping on this or not. Korra the show was dope. Korra the Avatar was terrible. Let me know down below. I'm your man behind the cam. If you got the sauce, share the sauce. Don't forget. Oh, I almost stopped that video for real. Woo! But anyways, yeah. We're gonna move to the next segment. Oh! I didn't prepare the next segment. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. There we go. That's just embarrassing. Avatar losing to a strong earthbender, it's terrible. Like what is happening now, bro? I don't even want to talk about it. I know one thing is she's gonna be strong and grounded. Is that an earthbending joke? Is that an earthbender joke? That's an earthbending joke. I feel like it's an earthbending joke. Alright, let me drink some water real quick. Hold on. Whew. Make some noise! Okay, we're jumping into Waifu Goddess Isekai. On today's edition of Waifu Goddess Isekai, we got the baddies of Invincible. Give it up for them. First, we got Ray. Her powers are growing and shrinking, which means she could either make it tighter or make it wider, depending on what you need. Ray joined the team late in the show, maybe season 2, and she has a real interesting Midwest country bred for being a hero background. But honestly, with the glasses on her, like, do you see these eyes? Do you see this face? Look at this shawty. This is just a nice shawty that just has good intentions and wants to help save the world. And guess what, girl? You don't gotta save the world. You're just a girl. Be with me, and I'll save you. Don't you worry about a single thing. Next, we got Multi Kate. Multi Kate can multiply, and she has as many of her as you can ever want, need, or desire. But to be real with you, she also has kind of this edge and attitude, and also this terrible bang haircut for whatever reason. But Multi Kate has been known to get around because you never know if you're actually with her or if you're with her, and you never know what her other ones are doing and who's doing it with. But I will say that she is pretty cool. She do like to party, and we already know Multi Kate like to get down. I don't know if it's because of powers, I don't know if that's how she is, but she be getting down and around, so I'm not gonna complain about it. And last, of course, we have Adam Eve, Shotty that her powers, she could basically do anything, bro. Look, if you lacking a little bit, she could give you a little bit more. If you like on the edge of 6 foot and you want to get there, she could hook you up with that. Maybe you're trying to reach another six something and she can help you out with that. She could also make it tighter, wider, conform it to your exact size. Maybe pop it, take it out, not have one. I don't know. Cover it up with a piece of skin so it's just flat and smooth like a Barbie doll. Creepy as fuck. Don't know why I just thought of that. But anyways, Adam Eve can do anything that your mind or her mind can come to or conceive. Now, amongst these three shawties for Waifu Goddess Isekai, it's actually hard because if we're looking like power wise, if we're just you can either just go power wise, you could go personality wise, You could take this a lot of ways. You could take a little mix of what you want from each and really decide on who your waifu goddess Isekai is. I know OG, brother OG said this one is easy. I don't know if this one's actually easy. Even in this moment, I'm talking right now, I'm yapping. I'm still just buying time till I make my final decision on which shawty I want a waifu goddess or Isekai. They each have their points based off, but I'll go right to left based on 100 IDK who these are. All good. Look, it's a tough one, right? Because if we're being real, if I'm building my ideal shawty out of these, I would want Ray's personality, I'd want Multi-Kate's powers, but I'd want like Eve's looks. But Ray's also good looking too. Kate, I don't know. Kate looks like she nags, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Kate looks like she nags, although she could do it herself. She'd want you to do it and would like bother you and give you a hard time about it. And I'm just like, I don't know if I'm doing all that. But I will say, like, I feel like me and Ray would click. Her powers are dope. So maybe if I want like a petite shawty that night, she drops down to like 5'4", 5'5" for your boy. And I'm the big spoon, and we over here doing, ooh, I'm looking down into her eyes. Maybe I want a goth girlfriend the next day, and she shoots up to like 6'1", 6'2". And now I'm looking up at her and she's picking me up and carrying me and shit. It's like, yo, what? Well, like, that could be nice too. Who doesn't want to get lifted? Who doesn't want a strong, independent woman to look down on him, maybe step on him, maybe wear some goth aesthetic? I don't know, boots on, skirt? No, who cares? But like, she could do that because she could either be your short girlfriend looking up at you, or she could be your tall goth mommy looking down on you. That's dope. Who wouldn't want that? And then you got Multi Kate, who let's just be honest, you can have as many of her as you want. You could literally have one sucking on each phalange that you have, like one on each finger, one on each toe, and then you can have like one caressing each ear, right? And then like you be getting like 200 hands on you while you get your massages. I don't know. Like the possibilities are literally endless. What you could do or how many you could get involved with her. Like you could literally have all like just a abnormal I'm just gonna say you can have an abnormal amount of coochie in your face at once. Like how many cakes can you sit on your face at one time? Like I feel like I need to know that answer. That power is crazy. This is why, like, shout out to Lee, right? His girl is Robin, bro. I see why he chose Robin. Respectfully, behind his back, I won't even say it's behind his back. I can't even think about Robin because Robin is objectively like she's perfect. Yo, hand and feet everywhere, crazy. Kate can do that, but it's hand, feet, and body, bro. How do you beat that? I don't know. And then you have Eve over here with her power, like I said in the beginning, like she could do whatever. Imagine it, and if she could molecularly do it, it's yours. So like she could change her form into a cat girl. She could change her form into some fucking foreign alien that you just imagine. She could change her form into like whatever. She could give you 3 different coochies on her body, so you just have a finger in each. I don't fucking know. It gets so insane if you try to think about the things that she could do that you can't conceive. She could become a coochie monster. Maybe she just becomes a giant coochie that you just jump into. As long as you can conceptualize it, it can be done. Do you understand? Do you understand how much power that is? One man can't have that much power. I couldn't have that much power, bro. I would be like turn into a coochie so I could swim in that bitch. I'd be hitting the fucking goddamn freestyle in that motherfucker. I would drown in that shit, bro. The things she could do is insane. Honestly, I'm still fucking torn. I'm still fucking torn. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Eve, wife, goddess Ray, multi K Izakai? That's spicy. That's spicy. Really? Really? You know what? You know what? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And you know why I don't hate it? I'm not gonna lie, buddy. I think you're cooking on that one. Now that I've been able to express myself and really come down to earth and like think about them objectively, if you put their looks, their personality, and their powers, if I can't interchange what I want to make the perfect bitch, right? I have to take them each for exactly who they are and how they come and what I would like and what I would want. this is where I'm going right now. I am actually going to I'm going to waifu Ray. No, I don't think I mean that. No, I'm going waifu Ray. I'm a goddess Eve, and I'm Izakai and Multi Kate. And here's the reason why. I already say it all the time. I could barely make one woman happy. What do I look like trying to get with two? For that reason and more, Kate, you could go. You could go. Cause to be honest with you, Eve could like grow two extra arms and have four arms, like Goro from fucking Mortal Kombat, and she could do all the things you're doing with her four arms. And I don't need the extra bodies in the way. I really don't. And then like even on the other side, it's like, yo, if I want more coochies, she could just do that too. So for that reason, yeah. You definitely get Izakai. Multi K definitely gets Izakai. Multi K definitely gets Izakai, right? She's Izakai. But right now, I'm back to this waifu and goddess between Ray and Eve. And if I'm being honest with you, my only problem, my only problem with leaving Eve at the goddess is I feel like there's gonna be times where me and Eve's personalities we would just clash. We would clash personality wise because she's very much more what's the word I'm looking for? Helpful and benevolent than I am. As in, she would want to help humanity and society and like assist in people being a better person. And I am a little bit selfish and self centered. So there would be times where she'd be want to go like work at a soup kitchen or build like a fucking community center or do some wholesome ass bullshit with her powers, and she'd want me to come along and like cheer her on, which I would. But if she wants me to participate, I might be like, eh. Or if I have powers too, and she's like a hero, and I have powers, I just don't use them for anything because I don't want to. I don't want her to judge me. You know what I mean? I think she's like, ugh, like you have your powers, and you're not gonna come help. I was like, no, I'm not gonna go fucking help. Like the fuck? I'm gonna put my life on line for these niggas? Like, nah. I was like, that's what you and your team's for. Go to work, babe. Go to work. I'm not on a squad. What the fuck? But I don't know. I don't know. Or there'd be times the big problem with Eve, I think a big problem with Eve is now Ray might do the same thing, but the big problem with Eve is I know for a fact that Eve would put humanity and other things before me. So like if I had an event or there was something I was supposed to be doing and she had to go save the world or go save somebody, she's gonna go off and do that. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little bit like, nah, stay with me. Ray, I think Ray would stay with me, bro. I think Ray would stay with me. Eve would go run off in the danger. Ray'd be like, I'm gonna go help, but only if I can or if I need to. I don't really have proof for that. I don't have proof for that. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it though. We're gonna waifu Ray, we're gonna goddess Eve, and we're gonna Izakai multi K. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. Eve goddess, waifu multi K, Izakai Ray. After 2 minute Google search, interesting, interesting. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm looking at you funny, but I'm not mad at it. You could stay. You could stay. But no, yeah, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna leave Eve there because the more I think about it, I'm like, I'm just nitpicking. I'm honestly nitpicking. I'm very much nitpicking. I do think Eve is where it's at though. Cause like funny enough, when I think about the overlap in powers, it's like yeah, the same way Ray can shrink and get bigger, I'm pretty sure Eve can do the same thing. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, Ray, you I do like Ray's aesthetic better, but Eve can literally just change her aesthetic to match Ray if I were to ask. Or have let me rephrase that. If I had the balls to ask her, she could just do it. I don't think I do. I don't think I would. However, if she did, I'd be like, but yeah. With that being said, so yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it at. We're waifuing Ray, gotta sing Eve, Izakai multi Kate. That's that. Their powers are interesting. This is a fun one. I really had to think about it, man. I really had to go down. I really had to go down the pros and cons list. I honestly did because I was stuck for a second. I really was. That was a hard one to decide. But yeah, that's the wife has got his Izakai. Remember, we got the sauce. Share the sauce. I'm behind the cam. And comment down below. Who's your wife who got his Izakai when it comes to these three? What's going on, Fat Dog? What's happening, y'all? Dog Power Radio. Yeah, what's going on, Moonlight? What's good with y'all? What was y'all getting into today? We're in the middle of Sus Maho Radio. We just did a wife who got his Izakai, aka Fuck Mary Kill, Ray, Multi, Kate, and Eve. I said fuck Ray, marry Eve, Kill Multi-K, bro. We played Satisfactory. I feel like I've heard of that. Do I know what that is? Satisfactory. I think I've seen people playing that game. I think I've seen people playing that game. I'm trying to think what it is. I think some of my old Destiny buddies play Satisfactory. I feel like I've seen them playing it at least. But yeah, have you guys seen Invincible? Who would you guys fuck Mary kill of these three right here? Who y'all fucking Mary killing? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Because we're just about to turn the page onto the awards of the week. My contact is so dry. I'm not watching Invincible. Really? Damn. Okay, okay, okay. We won't ruin anything. I feel like Invincible would have been right up your alley if I'm being honest. Right up in there. Okay. We're gonna jump into the next segment. The awards of the week. Awards of the week. First award of the week. Those are Hurt You Need Even More. I've not watched The Boys either. That is actually surprising. I think both are right up your alley. When you have free time or you have a chance, definitely get into it. I feel like both are right up in your alley. I would say The Boys is fantastic up until right now. This season right here is one of those seasons where it's like, this is good, but I feel like we lost the plot a little bit. So, definitely a good watch though. Get into that. What is free time? Can it be eaten? Honestly, I should have known better than to say that to a fellow creator. Cause like even when I said free time, I kind of scoffed a little bit in my own head. So I'm like, yeah, free time, buddy. Okay, whenever you think that is, and it's like, yeah, whenever I think that is, right? I feel that. Free time, yo, as a creator, free time is like, do you mean toilet time or do you mean sleep time? Or do you mean the 7 minutes you take to throw something in your mouth time? Like, you have to be real specific with a creator when you say free time because it's really only like, I don't know, 10 of those minutes a day. But I feel that. Can it be eaten? I mean, technically, you could have sleep for dinner. I've done it before. Sleep for dinner is amazing. It's 0 calorie and it's fulfilling. Free time. What's going on, Snuggle? I'm working on 4 series at the moment. Slime, Solo, Overlord, and original IP. Get! I pray for yo. Salute. Hey, better busy than bored, I always say. Salute to you. You know, good luck on all the projects. I already know you said you're going to slide on your boy. Let me know when you're ready. I'm going to get on the mic and hit him with a... I don't know what I was doing with that. Don't judge me. Anyways, let's get into the first award of the week. First award of the week we got is Romance of the Week. The Romance of the Week goes to Dragon Ball Daima. I know what you're thinking. Why the fuck is Dragon Ball Daima getting Romance of the Week? Because my man Vegeta did the most romantic thing a man can ever do. He listened to his woman, bro. Look, did she threaten him? Yeah, she threatened him. Was it a threat that didn't seem too bad? It didn't seem too bad. But one thing you're not gonna do is take away your quality time from a king. He knows what happens at that bad time. My man was like locked the fuck in. He was boxing mano a mano, fist to fist with Goma. And he heard his girl go, if you don't stop fighting right now, you ain't getting no more coochie. My man said, me? Oh hell no. He's like, hey man, I'm done. Y'all could go. I'm chilling. You think I'm missing bad time? Me? Do I do I look like I miss bad times? Hell no, bro. He's like, I am bathing with my woman and nothing's gonna stop me. I thought it was the most beautiful fucking moment. Like, you know when girls watch like the notebook or whatever and they see the cutesy shit happening and like, oh my god, it's it's so beautiful. I just wish a man would do that for me. Yo, yeah. That's how I felt watching it. That's my fucking Prince of all Saiyans, bro. Like, he's like, yo, cheeks, defeat an enemy. Cheeks. Anybody who's picking cheeks over defeating an enemy, I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, that's romantic as fuck, bro. Like, he loves fighting too. That's like if I choose a shawty over ball, like if I get out to the courts, I stretch out, warm up, and I'm about to get into a game. And Shawty called me and she's like, hey, I'm so lonely right now. I want you to come over and come home and do something with me. You know, I'm waiting for you. My panties are off. The towel is down. Come through. I ain't gonna hold you. If I am about to play in a game and Shawty's on my line like that, I'm leaving. I'm leaving the game, bro. I'm leaving the game. Shit, I've had times as an adult where I'm out with my friends, get money, get money. We having a good ass time. We chilling, haha. Shawty hit my line like, when you coming home? I'm like, when I'm coming home? I'm like, girl, I'm coming home when I'm done the home. No, come home. I'm like, come. What you mean, come home? And then you hear that. You see your phone light up, and you look, and you got like 3 attachments, and you're like, oh, come home, nigga. I've closed my phone. I'm like, hey yo, I'm out. Like, you're out, yo. We been here for an hour. Yeah. Nah, I'm out. Shawty said I gotta come home. What you mean, Shawty said, yo, I gotta go home, bro. I have something to do that none of y'all here are gonna do for or with me. Not that I would want y'all to. I'm going home. Deuces. And I fucking left, bro. So when I see my man, the Prince of All Saiyans, Vegeta, do the same thing that I would do, I can really look him in the eyes and say, you just like me for real, my boy. You just like me for real. Like, do you know? Bruh. She said, no more bath time. I'm like, yo, nah, I'm keeping the bath time, bro. I'm doing it. It was romantic as all fuck. And you know why it's extra romantic? Because Bulma knows her man. She knows what to say to get him to come down from fighting. She could have went with anything. She could have said, I won't cook for you. You got to pay rent. You got to move the fuck up out my daddy's house. You know, she could have said no more coochie, no more this. She could have said a lot of no more things. But she knew. She could have said all them other shits. That nigga Vegeta would have said, fuck you, bitch, I'm boxing. Prince of all sins. He just kept fighting. But the moment she threatened his favorite thing, that quality time, that bath time with the soapy titties, my man knew it was time to get the fuck up out that fight. And if that's not romantic, then don't call me a fucking romantist. I don't know. Shut up. But all I would say is, yeah, that was like the most romantic shit I've seen all week. Better than anything I watched on any other fucking show. It was like a 15-second clip, but it was the best fucking piece of romance I've seen all goddamn week. Really warmed my heart. It's nice to know that there's real lovers still out there. Real lovers like me and Prince Vegeta, bro. We still exist. We listen to our shawties. We will do anything to get some to show our women that we care about their opinions and how they feel. And so, titty, of course. Let me see what the chat got to say about it. You should have access. Ooh, I will. I reached out to Lee, but no response yet. Pain. I'll bring it up when I see him next. I think I'm seeing him tomorrow, so I'll be like, yo, so. But we'll see. But yeah. Whoo, but yeah, comment down below. What'd you think of Vegeta and Bulma's beautiful moment? Was it as romantic as I made it out to be? Did you think it was less romantic, more romantic? Would you have done it? Would you have stopped boxing because your shawty said no more bath time and you know you let a bath time? Or better yet, comment down below, what's the one thing your shawty would have to threaten you to make you to stop doing something that you love? Or what's the thing that you do that you love that she would threaten? For me, if I'm at the court and she said come through, I ain't gonna hold you. I might play a game. I might still play a game. I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I'm coming, but I'm gonna play a game or two. I ain't gonna lie. I did say I'm like Vegeta where I'm leaving, so I would leave early because usually I go out and play for like 90 minutes or 2 hours. But like 45 minutes in, she called me and told me to come home because, you know, she's trying to. I'm gonna play 1 or 2 games and I'm gonna pop up at home. As soon as I pop up at home, I'm hitting the shower. Yo, as soon as my feet touch out the shower, she better be on me, son. As soon as I fucking step out the shower, water and everything. Swear to God, swear on everything. Whoo. But yeah, comment down below. What's your thing? What did it take away from you? Let me know. If you got the sauce, say the sauce. I'm your man behind the cam. Remember, every Monday, come through for the show. I gotta remember to do my auto outro. Next tip we're jumping on. Or not next tip we're jumping on, my bad. Next award of the week goes to funniest moment. This week's funniest moment actually goes to something that was so absolutely ridiculous that I almost didn't know what to do with it, right? Master Owakami. Shut up, this guy, Master Owakami. My master is a god. I am a god. But yeah, the next award of the week goes the funniest moment. Goes 100 girlfriends, right? So in this episode, it was half shenanigans, half new girlfriend, right? In the beginning half of the shenanigans, they all go to a karaoke, right? All the stars are taking turns singing songs, doing their things. I think 100 girlfriends. We need to do a waifu goddess isekai of the pair ups because there's pairs now. There's so many girlfriends that they've kind of paired up, and the pairs are actually kind of cute and interesting. One of the new pairs that I saw popped up that I think might be my favorite pair was Karne and fucking Iku. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know what it is about the pair together. It's nice. It's real nice. Of course, nothing's gonna be Hahari and Mado. That's another good pair. The two adults, of course, love it. And then of course there's Hahari and Karne, which is the OG pair. They're always cute. But I ain't gonna hold you, man. Iku and Karne, yo, they're making their move. Nano and Shizuku, it's a nice pair, but at the same time, because Shizuku's in there, it's kind of like, hi, move. But in this episode though, the cuteness overload was real in this one. They all do the karaoke. Here comes cute ass Shizuku, and of course Rentaro, best fucking boy, hits her with the lines. Don't feel like you have to sing something for us. Sing something for you or something you want to sing, only if you want to sing. And so she decided she wanted to sing something. And of course, she got the fucking singing, and everybody just started fucking crumbling left, right, center. Nobody could stand up to the cuteness power of Overlord. And the way they fucking depicted it, that individually they each got blown away for one reason or another. First was Rentaro and Mama. They got Yamcha'd on the wall. I love the other worldly anime references that 100 Girlfriends use. 100 Girlfriends does a good job of not taking itself, one, too serious. Two, it's not afraid to reference or play off of other animes or pop culture. And three, they're very, very self-aware where they pop up their own shit as they're doing their shit. Like, who thinks of this? We think of this. Like, they have their moments. But what I liked in this one, I thought it was cute how every single person got blown away for a different reason and how long it took everybody to get blown into the wall. And as everybody got blown back, they each individually got Yamcha'd. And then, of course, you have the wild fucking ending with Rentaro somehow flying through the air after everybody busts out the building and lands like a fucking plane on a random roof somewhere. I don't even tend to ask questions anymore sometimes when it comes to 100 Girlfriends. But I did think that this was the funniest moment of the week. Legitimately had me fucking laughing, crying, because it literally made no fucking sense. But I loved watching everybody individually just fall for her in the different forms of cuteness. It was dope. It was a good ass moment. 100 Girlfriends always finds a way to make the list every single week. And that's a true testament to its writing and that it just doesn't get tiring. It just doesn't. It's just good fucking shit. Next award of the week we're getting into, of course, is Hands of the Week. And I have to. There's just no way that I can't give it to Jinwoo versus Baran. Because they literally got down to hands. So at the beginning of this stream, before I started Sauce Maho, I rewatched the part with the sauce from Elsie talking about the world she got isekai from into the game. And then two, I rewatched the Jinwoo versus Baran fight. And I gotta tell you, it was a beautiful display of what a mirror match looks like. In Super Smash Brothers back in the day, you'd put on a mirror match and it would make a version of you, of a computer of you that you would fight, and you basically are shadow boxing a little bit yourself. This is exactly what it felt like. Baran, good with hands, was able to get aerial, summon monsters from gates that float out, sound familiar, somebody else summoning. So it was dope watching Jinwoo kind of have to deal with himself. I thought the fight was fucking fantastic. Igris fucking ore farming. Tusk high key, I hate to say it, somebody mentioned it earlier in chat. Tusk high key carrying, literally blocking with Song of Protection. Over here going toe to toe with the lightning bolt with his own power. Literally early on squad wiping a bunch of the freaking evil things I was running at them. With Igris riding his shoulder once again, or fucking farming. Yo, Tusk just be doing his goddamn thing. I like Iron too. Iron's going crazy. Tank was the first one to jump in the battle, started smacking niggas up. It was pretty fucking dope. But in the end, Baran, at the end of the day, this is the first time ever. Yo, honestly, watching Iron get killed was like, oh shit. It threw me off because this is the first time we've ever seen Jinwoo's generals actually get wiped. Igris got wiped, bro. Usually Igris is always there at the fight. Igris got wiped. Iron, I'm not actually surprised at him. He died in a stupid way. He kind of just jumped headlong in the battle and paid the price with, well, lack of a better term, with his fucking head. He literally got that shit almost cut off. Yo, Tusk got blown away, holding him back. Igris got blown up in that same explosion. Watching them actually take an L, I wonder how they're gonna react when they come back and when next time they appear. Cause usually they're not used to like getting killed. They're used to like, they appear in the shadow, they go into the shadow. They appear in the shadow, they go into the shadow. But this time they died. I did see that one of them came back for a brief. No. So it was, oh no, Tusk didn't die and then come back. Tusk got blown to bits and then one of his generals jumped in to take his place. So I think I got that messed up a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah. It was a crazy ass fight. And then, of course, LC with the big save, big save, just distracting Baran for just a second. We were talking earlier, and I was trying to decide, did Jinwoo use 100 levels worth of XP or 25 levels of the XP? Either way, the fact that he used it, and then it went from like a death struggle to like, he kind of low diffed him. He hit him with the mage hand, ripped off his arms, and then that uppercut from the floor up to knock his head that far into the sky after y'all were just struggling to box each other. Yeah, the strength multiplier that he just applied was insane. But again, it goes to show that was Baran strong? Yes. But was Jinwoo always going to win this fight? Also, yes. I can imagine Jinwoo's the type of player, he did not want to have to use his skill points. Or I like what Brother Shadow said earlier. What Brother Shadow said was actually the best thing. Jinwoo wasn't sure what he would need the points for, and because he was literally beating everything's ass up until this point, he's like, I don't need to allocate anything because I'm good right now. The moment he needed that allocation, he's like, okay, fuck it. I'm putting it all on strength, which I don't blame him. The reason I don't blame him is because it was literally a battle of strength. He's out of MP. Upping his MP wasn't going to do anything. Upping his intellect right now wasn't going to do anything. He literally needed strength. He literally needed strength in that moment. Now, me, a cautious person like me, I don't like to use all my points in a panic like that. So hypothetically, let's say I had 15 points. My dumbass would be like, I'm gonna put up 8 points and see if I can beat him with 8 points. Jinwoo doesn't take that risk. Jinwoo's like, I'm putting all 15 on strength right now. Because motherfucker like me, I'd be like, I'm putting 8 on strength, I'm putting 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, just bounce it out. Because I think I could beat him with just 8. I would have risked it and possibly lost. Jinwoo said, no, we're going above me on, ripping his arms, uppercutting his ass into the stratosphere. This shit's fucking done. And I thought it was dope. Fucking beautiful ass fight, man. Beautiful head to toe. The choreography in between of them throwing their hands, watching Jinwoo like but try to like block, and then he gets knocked back. The daggers go flying. Now he's weaponless, bro. Oh my god. The smoke screens that they use to take off the dragon's head, fucking amazing. I will also say though, Jinwoo realizing that his stealth can be seen through, I need to know if he's going to come home and apply that and realize that Libora and maybe other people might have seen through his stealth. Because that was his first time ever realizing that it's not a flawless technique. I didn't know, I only knew it wasn't a flawless technique because we saw Libora see through it. He now knows it's not a flawless technique. I want to know what the move is with that. So with that being said, yeah, hands of the week definitely goes to goddamn solo leveling. Jinwoo versus Baran the Demon King, bro. What a thugging name. Baran the Demon King, fam. What's going on, Brother Vex? The thugging ass name. Anyways, on to the next award of the week. Next award of the week is Most Despicable. Oh, Most Despicable. The Most Despicable award goes to Wrath. Wrath from ReZero. She was talking a lot of... Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be objective. I'm gonna tell you the truth. This week's episode of ReZero was mid, bro. I did not give a fuck about that backstory for that little girl songstress. I didn't give a motherfuck. I ain't give a goddamn. I know it was supposed to make me feel in touch. I know it's supposed to make me identify and fear for her life. I know it's supposed to draw me into this dynamic, well-told story about why she does what she does, and to see that she had no talent until she hit her lowest point, and then she magically found her talent, and she actually is her It was supposed to be a cool ass fucking story. I understand that it was beautiful. I know that it was supposed to be meaningful and bring her closer to my heart. But I gotta be real with you. With all the shit going on in Re Zero, the way I don't give a fuck about her backstory needs to be studied. Like, I didn't need none of that shit. You could have shown me either one of the Greeds fighting. You could have shown me Lusk getting her pocket ran. You could have shown me Reinhardt trying to workshop his way in space back down to Earth because he got fucking tossed the fuck off planet. Give me any one of those other things beside this bitch is singing in her backstory. Don't get it twisted. She was dope. She was thugging, riding down that castle. It was cool. I like that she helped our best girl Priscilla, but the fucking 15-minute investment on that backstory, I didn't fucking need it, bro. I just didn't fucking need the investment. I already liked her. I thought she was interesting. All that shit. You could have just hit me with the music. If you just wanted to hit me with the music, hit me with the fucking music, bro. I would have been here for it. But that backstory, oh my god. Oh my fucking god. If you don't make it matter in the next couple episodes, usually I give shows like a long time to breathe with something like this. But if you don't make her backstory matter like immensely in the next couple episodes, I am going to demand a refund for my 24 minutes. But I will say, Priscilla and Rat's fight saved it. Absolutely saved it. I thought the fight, although it was brief, it was beautiful. Priscilla was getting her pockets ran a little bit, but regained her confidence and her calmness. We did see one of her powers in two of her powers in use. We see that she can imbue magical items to take the damage for her. I think Wrath was alluding to the fact that you need to harness somebody's pain, sorrow, or anger to even make something that does that. And then she started talking about like, oh, you remember this situation? You remember that situation? And it was very much like, ooh, Priscilla, what did you do? Wrath knows something about you that set your ass off. And you feel guilty about it. You better start talking, bitch. What'd you do? What'd you do? And it's like, ooh, there's backstory with Priscilla. She acts like she's has this hard, I do nothing wrong exterior. She has regrets. She has regrets and things that she wishes she did better or took back. I think we all have that, but Wrath kind of exposed that. On the other hand, Wrath got her shit exposed because she was talking all this shit, talking all this jutsu about Daisuke, and love means unity and oneness and all sharing the same ideals and being together. And it was like, bitch, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're twisting love to fit your own ideals. Because if you say if we're all unified and we're together, if I die, we all die together. You're full of shit. It's not love. That's not love. That's any emotion. You can use any emotion, but don't call it love. And Priscilla came back and hit back. Bop bop. Told her ass that love, true love meaning means having flaws and not having that. Whoa. The ideas of love meaning ignoring true love and meaning flaws. I just I don't know why I decided to just read my notes. I was freebasing the whole way, and I just decided to read my notes, and it completely fucked me up. Long story short, Wrath has this incorrect ideal of love that means unity, oneness, and everyone thinking the same way. But love actually means accepting someone for their good, their bad, and the ugly, their flaws and all, and still choosing to love them regardless. Regardless, even if that means you don't share all the same ideals or outlooks. The values should typically line up, the backgrounds typically line up, but you can love someone with flaws and all, and it doesn't have to be like a perfect unified front. There's true love. There's true love in seeing something that you potentially don't like, but accepting it anyways. So I say all that to say, Wrath was not cooking with her words. She was barely cooking with her hands, and then she got cooked in the end, rightfully so. And I don't feel bad about that because like she was kind of bad, but at the same time, like her authority was, I don't say her authority was weak, but her authority was easy to see through because she stole her identity from somebody else. What the business that she was standing on wasn't really her business to stand on. You feel what I'm saying? Like because she was just copying Conti, she was copying Sloth and saying that his views are her views. That's her husband. She's his wife. Just because she was copying his shit doesn't make him yours. And I thought that was an important part. That was an important piece of the talk ninjutsu Priscilla hit her with, or Priscilla hit Wrath with. So yeah, Rat's authority wasn't as strong. It was really there for the gore and for the mass execution aspect. But once we got that handled, she was actually a low diff. I do believe she's actually done and gone. But you know how it is with these fucking heroes. They'll cut somebody's body down and then not go get the fucking body, bro. So I don't know what to expect. But yeah, shout out to the most despicable being Wrath and her meeting her demise. To hell with her, and I hope her man's not down there either. You rat bitch. I don't know why that felt so good to call her a rat bitch, bro. After watching our reaction to Invincible, I realized that they thought that Titan was dumb because of rockism, not racism. Yo, me fucking too! Me fucking too! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I thought it was racism. Her authority is actually OP, lol. Only lost because they sent two people who counter it. I could imagine her authority with being OP, but she didn't wield it in an OP way. That's why she gets no love from me. And then next award of the week, plot twist of the week, goes to Sakamoto Days, baby. Sakamoto Days gets a plot twist of the week because because we find out the scientists were not trash at all. You know, it was a toss up whether they were or they weren't. But we got the full story that it was one, he drank something he was supposed to drink. They were not experimenting on him. A homie just left him with this lab leader, and the lab leader was like, I guess I'll watch this kid. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. And he really just took good, genuine care of Shin. And Shin just happened to get into something. And then as a kid, he started using his powers and getting people in trouble, kind of creeping them out a little bit. You know, I don't blame him. He was just a kid. But I think he did a very mature thing where he's like, man, you know what? Everybody here's a hater. He already proved that his shit works. They don't really need me here no more. So like, I'm gonna leave. Like I don't like it was really he's like the guy. He's like my mentor looks at me and thinks that he's a failure, but really he did exactly what he was supposed to do. So he's a hero. I just want him to look at me and see that his work was good. I don't want to be here and make him sad because he thinks he has to fix me when he did this to me, and I'm proud of him and I'm happy for him. But if me being here like this doesn't make him happy, then I'm gonna remove myself. And he ran away. And you know, everybody had a little bit of guilt and shame and for how they treated him, and that became very apparent. And because of that, I just thought it was a good plot twist. It was a very nice plot twist. I thought it was absolutely sweet, man. It really was. I was very glad that they weren't bad to him, and more than they weren't bad to him, they cared for him and he cared about them. So when he left truly because he cared about them. He was like, man, I don't want everybody at work to be uncomfortable, think I'm reading their thoughts. I don't want my mentor to look at me and feel like a failure, so I'm gonna just go. And that was just that. And he went and made something of himself. And you know, he never held it against them, which was big on Shin, way more mature than I fucking would have been. Cause I can't. I'll tell you right now, most of the trauma in my life that I endured when I was a kid, I didn't let go of that shit till I was a grown ass fucking man. And there's even some parts of it that I'm still holding on to, where it's like I've kind of let it go, but like at moments it flares up and I'm like. So credit to Shin, man. Credit to the Sakamoto Days team for this nice little plot twist. I definitely thought it was dope. I definitely thought it was good. It really was. It really was. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. And the last award of the week. I hope y'all ready for this one. Last award of the week goes to episode of the week. And today's episode of the week, believe it or not, y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but the episode of the week is not Solo Leveling. I'm giving it to Orb. Now, I want to preface it by saying this. Solo Leveling was fantastic. It was fantastic on every single front. I enjoyed every moment of it, right? But what do I always say? My favorite stuff is stuff that moves me or stuff that like blows my fucking mind. If you can move my heart and my soul, you got me forever. Solo Leveling this week was appealing to the eyes, it was appealing to the story, but it left me wanting more when it came to like the mental stimulation side of the world building. They gave me little breadcrumbs that was nice. But the only reason Solo Leveling is not episode of the week is because Orb delivered like an Emmy, like an Oscar worthy performance. Literally one of the best pieces of fiction I've seen in winter 2025. I would honestly put this up there. This episode of Orb was like an all-time yapping episode. I gotta put this up there with like one of the best yapping episodes of all time. I'm gonna throw in Overlord for best yapping episode. I'm gonna throw in Vinland Saga for best yapping episode. This was right up there with that shit. Where I have not, I've it's rare that this happens, but sometimes you hear a story that's so enthralling and there's nothing happening in the background, but you're drawn in so deep. And I feel like that's what happened to me with this episode of Orb this week. Booty, you're wrong, bro. You're wrong. The reason this episode of Orb this week was so fucking fantastic is because you have Noak, who we've been waiting. I've been waiting for him to realize that his daughter's alive and was the leader of the rebellion for like at least 6 or 7 episodes now. But the reveal that he got fucking slapped with was way worse than anything I could have imagined. Bishop D'Antoni put this man Noak in his place with some simple words. Draka, who almost dies to Noak in the streets, makes it into him. Noak is chasing, like, yo, that's a fucking heretic, bro. He catches them. What he doesn't know is that Draka and Tony already had a conversation about heliocentrism and how they plan on selling this book to the world and how they're about to make mad money off of it in an 80-20 split. And Antonio's like, look, as long as you got something that's going to keep the people busy, entertained, and happy, I'm willing to listen. And she's like, but don't you think this is blasphemous? Is this not against God? And he's like, against God? He's like, you know what? It might be a little bit against God, but let's talk about it. Let's think about it. How do we flip this story? And then he's like, you know what? And he starts talking. He's like, you know what? I think I could sell this to the people. Bam! Right? In comes Noak. He's like, yo, get away from her. That bitch is a heretic. And he's like, this bitch? He's like, that bitch right there. Still didn't realize she's wearing Jolenta's hoodie. And he's like, what makes you think she's a heretic? Heliocentrism, nigga. And Antonio's like, and tell me, what do you know about heliocentrism? He's like, it's blasphemous, son. And he's like, blasphemous how? He's like, your daddy said so. He's like, my daddy's dead. Why is it blasphemous? He's like, it says that God put the heavens and the earth where he put them. And he's like, yeah, and one heliocentrism just prove how God put it. Maybe he's like, maybe we have it all wrong. He's like, everything's just a theory. We actually don't know. What if this is the right theory? Wouldn't it be blasphemous to not have this theory also with the other theories? Why? Why have we decided that this one's evil? And he's like, cause he's like, you want to know secret, buddy? My daddy, your bishop that you love, used to be an astronomer, and he tried to be somebody that he wasn't. He found out he wasn't him, and he's had a grudge on everyone who studies what he studies in this 50-mile radius. And this nigga Noak's like, so are you telling me I'm the only nigga that's fighting against this heliocentrism? And he's like, yes, nigga, just you. An illegal black ops hit squad made by a hating ass former astronomer who just wanted to punish anybody who was studying what he was studying. He's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The way my mind was fucking blown, my mind was blown with Noak's mind. Because they leave the subtle breadcrumbs that in other places, there's 2 or 3 episodes where it's like, in other places in the world, they study this stuff openly and it's just talked about. But in this specific area where we are, in this specific area of the course of 30 years, one man has managed to suppress this one idea and made us feel like it was happening everywhere. It was fucking a beautiful reveal that it's like you've really put you in this seat where you're like, oh my God, the whole world needs to know about heliocentrism. Why does everybody not know about this? We got to get this story out. Only to find out that in this whole story, that it's only in this microcosm of this little ass county with this hating ass bishop where it's a problem. Everywhere else in the world, people are like, oh yeah, heliocentrism. Yeah, it's kind of wild, but it's not bad. You should look into it. It actually makes sense if you really think about it. Everywhere else in the world, it's fine. Niggas is talking about it. To find out that you think you're the last bastion of hope for all things good, only to find out you're just a hating ass nigga's last like grudge holder or grudge executioner. is like your life literally means nothing. And I love that's what they went with. And Tony's like, honestly, in a grand scheme of everything that you followed from my father, it's like because you were an illegal hit squad, because you weren't actually ordained by the church, because we have to bury this underneath, because what he did was basically illegal and not of God itself. We have to pretend like all the shit you did never happened ever in your whole life. You wasted your life and you lost your daughter. I hope it was worth it. You literally watched her die and you didn't even know. You lost your daughter twice, as far as I'm concerned, and you only knew about one of them. That's insane. And then the crazy part about it is realizing that when D'Antoni, like on this side of things, you realize, oh, D'Antoni's not the bad guy. It's his dad that's the bad guy. That's why he don't like the Inquisitors. It's his dad who's the asshole. That's why he's like, oh man, oh man. That's why he don't like Nowak, because he knows Nowak is just his personal hit squad. Fam. Masterpiece. A fucking masterpiece. I don't think I did that episode. I didn't do it justice describing it. But I know a lot of people are not watching Orb. So unless you watch the whole thing, you really don't give a fuck. But I'm telling you, honestly, one of the best pieces of fiction all fucking year. An amazing fucking episode. The culmination of all these years. Yo, niggas was writing the book. Niggas was writing about heliocentrism, tattooing it on niggas' heads, bro. I saw a nigga that got burnt at the he poisoned himself so he didn't have to burn at the stake. I watched another nigga that was hanging off a bridge give the book to another nigga and then fall to his death into the water. I watched another nigga that got his mouth busted open with a spade. All in like one county because of one hating ass old nigga. Come on, bro. Give it up. I don't know. It's fucking insane. It was beautiful. If you're not watching Orb, please go watch some fucking Orb. You are fucking missing out. It's something everybody should be watching right now, to be honest with you. But I'm done preaching the gospel of Orb to y'all. This has been another edition of Sus Maho Radio. We are done. We got through everything. I appreciate y'all who've been watching. Anybody who made it this far, comment down Orb to go so I can know who's making it this far. This is the far, far deep end. We're in so far deep, you might as well call it elbow deep. Call it, so comment down below Orb to go or elbow deep, whichever one of you heard this. I appreciate y'all. If you're listening on Spotify or YouTube, make sure you comment down below your wife who got his Izakai, your favorite thing of 2025, and comment what I just told you about Orb to go or elbow deep. I'm your man behind the cam, DN, formerly known as Director Nasty. If you got the sauce, share the sauce, and we always got the sauce over here.